I want to talk today about how just because the earth goes around the sun doesn't equate to decrepitude, meaning it doesn't equate to what people call old age. And I really wanted to talk about this today because I was at the gym the other day and there was a guy who was apparently complaining about how he wasn't recovering from an injury. It took him a while to recover. And there was another guy who, apparently a younger guy, who was injured and came back very quickly. And he seemed to be upset about this. Here's what I want to talk about. With that guy, the complainer, unfortunately, he's stuck in a mindset where he's not acknowledging the power he has to really control, command, be the maestro of his biology. And I want to encourage you to not go that path so that in 20, 40, 60 years, you're the guy who's at the park, on the bars, in the gym, and doing exactly what he was doing in his 20s. That's the guy I want you to be. And the way you do that is, guess what? You gotta fast. You gotta fast. Now, yes, that guy had a point. In youthfulness, in terms of biology, not in terms of the earth going around the sun, because that has nothing to do with it. In youthfulness, in terms of biology, we're talking about youth does have more growth hormones. When you're in your teenage years, when you're in your childhood days, naturally your body's flooded with growth hormones. Growth hormones is one of the switches that fasting turns on. And so when you come into adulthood, let's say in your 20s, naturally that slows down. But it's not because your body can't produce it or lost the ability to produce it. What happened is essentially you started eating, or let's say you did not stop eating. The constant eating kept insulin up, and when insulin is up, your body stores the food you eat as fat. It mainly burns the sugar, and you never really get a chance for your body to clean up. You never really get to turn on the switch of the growth hormones to kick in. And if you don't get growth hormones to kick in, now you're not able to really tap into your body's ability to repair deeply. And so when a man hits their 20s and they keep on eating, they don't give the body a chance to get into this process of cellular cleanup and deep tissue and cellular repair. And so if you're not doing that, then you can't be mad. How are you going to be mad when you have the power to turn on these switches, or this particular switch of growth and repair, dealing with growth hormones, which help you preserve muscle tissue, which help you to mobilize fat to be burned, and also helps you to repair deeply. And then autophagy, which is like your cellular cleanup crew. They clean up and recycle all the damaged cells. They recycle and clean up all the undigested proteins and fats. And when you're giving your body that time to do this, and you don't really get into the peak of this until, let's say, 24 hours and beyond. So from 0 to 12 hours, your body's essentially just digesting. Most people never pass this phase. They go to sleep, they eat something, they wake up, they eat something. They never even touch 12 hours most of the time. And real fasting hasn't began. Insulin is still up, cravings are still up, energies like this. You never really get into the magic state. In any case, it's a lot to discuss, but again, I'm going to keep this video short and brief and encourage you to step into the man that is the maestro of his biology, that does not complain, takes responsibility, that yes, my cells regenerate, my cells can renew themselves. And so, despite the fact that the earth is going around the sun, I can still maintain my youthfulness. And there's examples of this all over. You can look. Master Li Chen Yuan, he was the Chinese guy who apparently lived till 250. There was this other Indian mystic, I'm forgetting his name. He lived to about 300 apparently. There's lots of people right now in their hundreds, 120s, just youthful, active, walking the fields, plowing, doing youthful work, energized, eating whatever they want. Why? Because they have tapped in to that maestro of their biology frequency, which is you allow your body to process, to do its thing. So I want to encourage you, be the maestro of your life as a man who takes responsibility and doesn't complain. If you feel something's off, there's always a cause. Every effect has a cause. That's the law. So go ahead, take charge of your life. I want to encourage you to give it a shot. Try fasting. I invite you to step into this frequency. I wrote a free guide. You can check it out. Completely lays out the whole technique. Do a 24-hour fast. Try it out once a week. Your body will thank you, and your future self will thank you. Until next time, be still. You'll know what to do.